Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning from WKYT. We hope you had a wonderful weekend. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Welcome in. It is August 24th, a Monday.
And now at 6:30, the man who admitted to killing a Southern Kentucky lawyer will find out today how long he will spend in prison for the crime.
The latest on a death investigation after a Lexington mother was found dead on the side of the road.
And KSR host Matt Jones is not shutting down rumors that he may be a challenger in next year's 6th District congressional race.
And we're looking outside, holding on to absolutely nothing going on. It's a beautiful start to the morning. A few sprinkles down toward eastern Kentucky, southeastern Kentucky. But all in all, it's about the temperatures the next few days as this front slides on through. Look for those 70s down south, 60s now. Some cooler air to follow. We'll have that nice forecast coming to you next.
Okay, see you then. Let's get to the news.
Yeah, we are asking some questions this morning after a mother's body was found along a Lexington road.
The discovery was made Saturday night on Muir Station Road off Bryan Station Road near the Fayette-Bourbon County line. WKYT's Mark Barber is there live this morning, and he joins us. Mark, who was this woman, and do we know at this point how she died?
Good morning, Bill. Police say that the woman is Jennifer Hamilton. They say that the mother of three was found dead near a dumpster here outside of a veterinary clinic in the heart of horse country. This morning, police say they are still trying to figure out how she was killed or if she was killed. That's just one of the many questions that investigators are still trying to answer about Hamilton's death. The coroner has called this a homicide, but police aren't saying if it is a murder at this point. They tell us they don't know enough about her death to make that call yet. It is a very difficult time for the 32-year-old's family. Hamilton was from eastern Kentucky. Her family says her three children are now staying with other family members. Officers tell us she was found on the side of Muir Station Road Saturday night when a driver spotted her body. Police do not know how long she had been here. Now this morning, we are continuing to work to get more information. I'm calling police, working to get more details on this case, and of course, we will bring you the latest on air and online. Live in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
All right, Mark, thank you. Sentencing is today for a man who admitted to killing a prominent Southern Kentucky lawyer. Clinton and Abbott pleaded guilty but mentally ill in the shooting death of Mark Stanziano. The lawyer was shot to death outside of his office in Somerset last year. In a lawsuit, Stanziano's widow says an Abbott made threats to kill the lawyer while at Eastern State Hospital. And Abbott was released from Eastern State 44 days before the shooting.
Well, there is an emergency school board meeting today in Pulaski County. The science cell superintendent is being questioned about what some consider to be controversial photos. WKYT's Hillary Thornton's at our live desk with the details on this.
Good morning, Rebecca. Those pictures are raising many questions, including did Superintendent Rick Walker go too far to try and help his daughter win a contest? School leaders plan to address that question later today at a specially called board meeting. The pictures taken by Walker to help his 13-year-old daughter win VIP tickets to a One Direction concert created a lot of buzz on social media. As those pictures spread, the backlash for Walker began, with some parents saying the photos are inappropriate. Walker told WKYT his 13-year-old daughter is a huge fan of the band, so he entered the radio contest out of Indianapolis for dads. They did not win the contest back in July. Walker says he deeply regrets taking the photo given how things have transpired. The emergency board meeting is set to take place at 5 o'clock this evening at the school. At the live desk, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Well, we have some new information this morning about a crash that killed 3 children in Kentucky.
State police say 32-year-old Laurie Swanson swerved to miss a car on Kentucky 56 in Davis County and crashed into a field. 8 people were in her SUV, including 6 children. 4 children, ages 13, 12, 10, and 7, were thrown from the SUV. 3 of them died, and the 12-year-old is in critical condition at a Louisville hospital. 3 others were in the SUV at the time, including a 1-year-old. Swanson and her 7 passengers are all from Owensboro.
New this morning, 3 people are in jail after police say children were found in a home where there were drugs. Heather and Matthew Anderson and Heather Stewart are charged with drug possession. The Richmond Register reports the police say they found heroin, meth, and marijuana in the home along with 2 children. Police are still looking for the man who attacked a clerk while robbing a Lexington business. A worker at the Family Dollar on Richmond Road tried to stop a man from grabbing cash when police say that man pushed the clerk. Police think the man got into a getaway car and went off. No one was hurt.
State police are searching for a missing man in Wolfe County. 50-year-old George Neese from Erlanger has not been seen since Wednesday night. This was out on Kentucky 15, the last time he was spotted. Police say he is 5'8". He was wearing a white T-shirt as well as white shorts and white tennis shoes when he was last seen. Today we could learn what, if any, action will be taken against a University of Kentucky doctor. Dr. Paul Kearney has been with UK for decades, but some patients, nurses, and students are accusing him of being verbally abusive. A committee will meet this morning to discuss Kearney's future. His position was revoked in July. Dr. Kearney told WKYT News that this is in retaliation for his questioning of the financial practices at UK.
A Lexington police officer killed in the line of duty 30 years ago now has a street named in his honor. Officer Roy Martis and his K-9 were helping state police search for an escapee in Mercer County when Martis got caught in the crossfire. Now the street leading to the police K-9 training facility is named for him. Martis leaves behind a wife and 5 children.
Kentucky Republicans will hold a caucus for the presidential candidate and Senator Rand Paul this spring, but only if he ensures that $250,000 will be in the party's hands by next month. The party's executive committee said they will let Paul run for president in a March caucus and then for the U.S. Senate in the May primary. The caucus will cost as much as $500,000. Republicans agreed to the proposal on the condition that Paul deposit $250,000 in its bank account by September 18th. Well, Kentucky sports radio host Matt Jones is being courted by politicians in Washington. Jones tells the Herald Leader that the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee asked him to consider challenging U.S. Representative Andy Barr, a Republican, in next year's 6th congressional district race. He told the paper that he wants to discuss the topic with KSR fans, indicating he'll talk about that today. Matt Jones emceed this year's Fancy Farm Picnic, a premier political event in Kentucky that is known more for the rowdy crowd than the speeches, or at least the content of the speeches. So that will be an interesting thing to watch in the day ahead. And all eyes certainly are on Wall Street this morning following last week's market meltdown. The crisis triggered by concerns over China's slowing economy left markets tumbling across Asia today.
Yeah, China's main index fell by its biggest margin in 8 years. Jill Wagner's at the New York Stock Exchange with the latest.
Asian stocks continued to plummet this morning amid fears China's economic slowdown could signal global economic trouble. The sell-off follows last week's tumble on Wall Street. The Dow plummeted 530 points Friday, the worst session in 4 years, capping the market's worst week since 2011.
What would ease people would be some kind of a positive news from China, some kind of policy response.
But China's latest moves, allowing banks to increase lending and pension funds to invest in stocks, have done little to calm jitters about the world's second biggest economy. That also hurts U.S. companies like Apple and Walmart, who've counted on Chinese demand to drive growth in recent years. But some analysts say investors shouldn't be too concerned.
This is a normal part of markets, really. I mean, they usually occur every year or so. We've been long overdue, more than 4 years since the last correction. And one thing you should remember, if you're a long-term investor and you're putting money in your retirement plan, the good news is you're buying shares cheaper, so you probably shouldn't do much of anything. Stick to that game plan.
One upside to the down market, analysts say it's now less likely the U.S. central bank will raise interest rates next month. Jill Wagner, CBS News, New York.
And the last time the Fed raised interest rates was in 2006. Officials are expected to meet later this week for their annual retreat in Jackson Hole.
All right, a lot of folks very carefully watching that in the day ahead. It is 6:38 on WKYT this morning, and time to check live drive traffic and see how things are moving out on the roads early on your Monday morning. Here's a look at Broadway in Virginia, and the flow is good in that area.
You know, you can kind of notice that increased traffic out there now that the kids are back in school for their second full week back in class.
UK students are back in town today, of course. They will be having Fusion Day later on. A lot of volunteer projects out in the community, and classes start Wednesday for them, as well as over at EKU in Richmond, where the excitement is also building for their brand new school year. Good to have you along on WKYT this morning, and we have a lot more coming up.
After the break, a video of a teacher in Massachusetts has gone viral after she was seen dancing in a delivery room. We'll have that story coming up.
Madison Square Garden sells out for a major sporting event, video games. I'm Brian Webb in New York. I'll tell you about the growth of esports coming up.
And we're looking across the way, 60s and 50s up north, but 70s down south. When does it all change for everybody? Well, I'll get into that forecast coming up next.